Me realizing 4 minutes into the video that I wasn't recording. Back to the start.
Handle keeps snowballing into this avalanche of degeneracy, discovering new unhinged lows that previously went undiscovered in the meta. They're finding new tech here, bricks and minifigs that is, for just bafflingly awful decisions here. Now they have fully opened Pandora's box. They have unleashed the plagues out there. Just misery. It's pandemonium.
It's awful.
It's crazy because
it is crazy.
It's like Bricks and Minifigs is a Voltorb whose only move is self-destruct, and they are spamming that bitch. They are just finding every possible angle to ruin their reputation. If corporate ass fuckage was a sport, Bricks and Minifigs would be Michael Jordan.
True and real. Bro, it's crazy how this is the fucking corporate greed. This is the greed that they talk about in the fucking Bible. Biblical greed on so many levels.
Finally finished after crazy all-nighters and basically destroying my health.
That's crazy. I saw that he has 1.36 million subscribers. I think when he first started helping this guy, like the Brian, I think his name is, I think he only had 400,000. That's crazy how much he's grown. Congrats.
But I can't post it or I will go to jail. And not only that, I will also immediately lose my lawsuit of $300,000, and the GoFundMe we made for Brian will go straight to this mystery company that
mystery company
to talk about.
All of us are still trying to piece together the puzzle here and figure out who this mystery company could be. It's like a Smash Brothers character you haven't unlocked yet. We just can't quite make it out yet, but I do have a hunch.
Nah.
Though I'm, of course, not 100% sure
not a hunch.
who the culprit might be. We'll have to get Scooby-Doo
wonder.
on this case. So now they have ball-gagged Reckless Ben here. He was giving a status update on the whereabouts of episode 3.
Ball-gagged is crazy.
That it was completed, ready to rock and roll, but he is now unable to share that because it would put him at risk of going to jail and instantly losing his lawsuit, and also all of the money raised through the GoFundMe for Brian and his family would be forfeit.
So dumb.
He can't release part 3 of the investigation on this massive Lego.
It's crazy how I don't understand how companies think just because they're so big that if one decently big person becomes viral over a situation that the company has wrongdoed them, they think, oh yeah, it'll just blow over. We're big. They're small. They won't get anything out of this. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs, you guys are absolutely butt fucked. Bro, this is not blowing over. This is not blowing over, and I applaud that the YouTubers like Moist Critical and CoffeeZilla for going over this stuff and sharing it and making it more viral so these companies don't get the shit that they deserve, because these companies are actually so terrible nowadays. They just walk on you like you're dirt, and they're just like, yeah, nah, it's okay, it'll blow over. No, it will not blow over. And I applaud Ben for putting his life on the line, receiving all these threats, being silenced, and going to jail for somebody he doesn't even know. It's crazy how, like they say, what goes around, comes back around to you. If you do good, good will come back. If you do bad, bad will come back. It's karma. We understand what karma is, and we understand how karma works. Do a good deed, it'll come back. Do something bad, it'll come back to you. Be the bigger person, be the better person, and always live life positively, because in the end, karma will always, always, always come back and bite you in the freaking asshole.
Scandal because of this legal hoopla he finds himself wrapped up in. Now, right away, I want to talk about something because I've seen a lot of people mentioning that the methods that been used here were really counterproductive and may have actually been harmful in the grand scheme of things in this case.
A little.
And while I do understand that criticism, it seems like some of the things he was doing may be purely for content, like that was the impetus behind a couple of the decisions. What's inarguable is that what has happened as a result of this is a net positive for the actual victims of Bricks
which
and
is
Minifigs
crazy.
Here, which is Brian and his family.
Oh,
the
yeah,
money
Brian
raised
is his
through the
name.
GoFundMe is life-changing.
Yeah.
And it
Money
is
life-changing.
no doubt a good thing. And showcasing the way Bricks and Minifigs corporate, as well as how those individual franchisees conducted themselves, is also an extremely important thing as a PSA to the LEGO community with who they might be doing business with. So I think no matter how you spin it, no matter how you look at this and peel back the layers of the onion, I think even if you didn't agree with all the things Ben did, which I do understand in a few instances, I think all of it did lead to something very important, which was trying to help someone that had been wronged by a corporation that refused to try and make things right without this public spectacle unfolding.
Yeah, which
and
is
also,
crazy.
Unironically, Ben has made a sacrifice to like his personal freedom. He's went to jail twice for this,
which
and is now
courageous.
wrapped up in some very serious litigation.
Yeah,
and all
it's crazy.
Of that
I applaud
under
him.
the attempts to try and make things right for Brian. And like I said,
Over
again,
one greedy
you
person.
don't agree with all the ways he went about it. Nothing would have been changing without Ben doing those things.
Yeah.
Brian still wouldn't have been getting what he was owed, or Bricks and Minifigs and the franchisees would have still been just giving him the cold shoulder, treating him like dirt.
Yeah.
So
most
I think it has been a positive thing that Ben has gone
biblical
to bat
greed.
for. And now I think this latest decision is one that can be unanimously booed. To now silence the guy who has been talking about this and diving into it, I think is always just a completely inexcusable look. And here's the thing, even if Bricks and Minifigs does end up winning against Ben, this kind of decision here is just such an underhanded, shitty tactic, already on the back of them trying to take down his Patreon, his main source of income, that it is
Patreon
inexcusable
CEO is like,
and, in my opinion, pretty unforgivable. That is an irreparable blow to their reputation. Even if they do win, no one will be able to look at this company the same way again, and probably won't feel comfortable doing business with this corporation. That's what I think. And again, his investigation has spread beyond just Bricks and Minifigs. Like, it showed some very questionable, very, very shady shit from the American Fork Police Department, obviously.
Yep.
But it doesn't seem like the American Fork Police Department is the one that is now attempting to censor this.
It's crazy how I made a tweet about this. I was like, I retweeted it because Drama Alert, which I'm not a big fan of them, but they made a post. Reckless Ben reveals he has been silenced by the courts and cannot post part 3 of his series covering the Bricks and Minifigs allegations. And I was like, it's sad how far these people are willing to go to cover their asses. You'll realize even if you win or lose, your company's going under regardless. And to want to steal money from a GoFundMe is actually crazy. This is the greed that they talk about in the Bible, biblical greed. And then I made another post, or that was the most recent one, but the one before that on June 4th, I posted, Dextero made a post that said that Bricks and Minifigs is parting ways with Brandon Best or whatever their fucking names are. And I was like, I've been following along with the story for a bit, and it's truly devastating that your own police force is so corrupt that you don't get the justice you deserve. It's truly sad that it takes YouTubers to be your justice, in a good way, of course. And I was like, I appreciate YouTubers who help the community, aka all these people, all these VTubers, all these YouTubers that are speaking out about it. It's applauding. It's truly applauding, and it's crazy. Like I said, it's just dumb how these corporates think that they're just gonna get away with things.
Been here under threat of throwing his life away if he continues to talk about them and show his investigation. That is Bricks and Minifigs, the mystery company, whom I believe to be Bricks and Minifigs, based on what I think is pretty obvious evidence.
They sent court papers to my email, which I guess a judge approved for them that this was a valid form of service.
Wow.
And so now that I'm officially served,
the fact that dude, there's a part of the video where he tried to serve them papers, and they're like, yeah, I can't accept that. I don't accept being served. But when he gets served, he has to get served. That's so stupid.
Cannot.
And a police officer did it.
Even mention this company, or I will be in jail and everything.
It's ridiculous.
Normally, I would be like, screw the big guy telling me what to do. I'm gonna do what's morally right. But
Yeah.
in this situation,
You can.
if I do that, then all my friends get screwed with this lawsuit, and we lose all the GoFundMe money we raised.
Yeah.
Like, immediately.
Completely understandable. I
kiss
don't think there's a
ass, yeah.
soul on this planet that blames him for that. There's really no other option than to comply with the demands of this lawsuit here, because if he doesn't, then everyone's getting face fucked.
Yeah.
Not just Ben, anyone that was even attached to a single tendril to this case here,
I like getting
including
face fucked. What?
the main victims here, Brian, they would then lose everything that was built up across this with the GoFundMe. So
Yeah.
it makes sense why he is
Only option to
unfortunately having
comply.
make this decision to not continue talking about it and putting forth the evidence in part 3. I am very curious why they were able to serve him those papers through email as opposed to when Ben was apparently
I'm
instructed
very curious
that the
too.
only viable means was through amicable service, trying to serve the papers himself. But I guess maybe there's a chance where a judge looked at this and said oh, so Ben tried to serve them, they weren't receptive, so it's very likely that he wouldn't be receptive to Bricks and Minifigs trying to serve to Ben.
Yeah.
So we'll grant you the motion to issue the service through email. But even
Which
in
is
that case, I feel
stupid.
like that would have been easy for them to extend that same courtesy to Ben to serve through email, but
Exactly.
I don't think they ever did based on everything that was
They don't give
shown
a
in the
shit.
previous videos. So that was a little confusing to me. And it's hard not to immediately think back on everything that was shown via the police body cam and what
Which
was
is
said
ridiculous.
on those body cams and what we saw in some really, really, really questionable behavior from these officers. It's hard not to immediately think of maybe something a little deeper and perhaps a little bit corrupt. But
Very
that's just-
corrupt.
that's where my head goes here, because there are some very questionable things that have unfolded on camera in regards to how all of this has been handled in that space there. But that's all just allegedly. I'm not saying it
Allegedly.
100% is the result of corruption why this was deemed a viable means of service. I'm just very surprised is all that Ben wasn't able to utilize email for serving the papers to the franchisees.
So,
Which is ridiculous. He couldn't.
I am no longer allowed to even mention this mystery company. My personal opinion is that this is unfair because this order was put on me because this company was telling the court that I was making bomb threats. I was
What?
planning on murdering the
What?
manager and employees, which obviously I didn't do, and you can see that in the footage. The only problem is I was not given a chance to share my side. The court just heard their perspective, not mine. So
Wow.
because I wasn't able to share my side, I am now no longer allowed to talk about them. And
Wow.
looks like this might be it.
Corruption.
Yeah.
It's so fucking diabolical how they make these allegations that Ben was threatening them with bombs and violence and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'm gonna go over
It's
there and
crazy
kick
what
their butts. I'm gonna go in
Greens
there
do.
and motorboat their cheeks and punch them up real bad and stuff. I'm gonna beat them up. They say all
Yo.
these things, which then enables them to move this forward to gag him without ever even seeing Ben's side of it, apparently, according to Ben here. That doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah,
how
it
that
doesn't.
happens. I don't know if that's standard procedure or what. But I know in the case of stalkers, streamers who have had stalkers, they will give the most unhinged DMs, actual hard proof DMs, messages, actual threats, even stalkers showing up to their house. They will provide that, and still authorities never really move to do anything to the stalkers. So
They don't
why
care.
are they moving so hard against Ben? Again, you can question some of his methods, and some of it could teeter on ballpark definitions of stalking in regards to them trying to serve them and stuff. But
That's not
irrefutable
stalking.
is how lightly stalkers get taken so often with actual dangerous psychopaths who are
Yep.
a threat to individuals' safety.
I can admit I have been threatened to be shot and killed by a neighbor, and we called the police. Police was like, yeah. So basically we can't do anything until they shoot and kill you because it's not proof. And they still were allowed to make threats, and I actively feared for my life. And the cops was like, yeah, we don't give a shit. You die. Oh well. It's crazy.
they just get to walk away scot-free, willy-nilly, not taken seriously. But in this case, when it's a corporation that's alleging it, now all of a sudden the hammer's coming down.
All of a
Here
sudden,
comes the
damn.
giant fist.
Yeah.
That's just fucked up. And they apparently didn't even hear out Ben's side, which apparently has supporting video evidence as well to the contrary, proving that he wasn't making those threats or saying
Clearly.
those things or doing any of what was alleged. It's weird. It's weird. And the freaks at Bricks and Minifigs just don't seem to
Freaks
recognize
is
that
crazy.
even if Ben can't talk about it, you know what's going to happen?
gonna
Everyone
blow
else
up.
is going to talk about it. They truly just don't
exactly.
understand the Streisand effect at all. Genuinely at all. They've never even heard the term, I guess. That nomenclature,
You can't silence one. You silence one, you can't silence all.
nothing. It's a fantasy to them. Like, it could have been so easily avoidable, all of this, if Bricks and Minifigs wasn't
Just owned up to
such
it.
assholes based on all available evidence here. And the CEO is addicted, like I said, to this humiliation ritual of putting his face on all of it, going on streams, be clowning himself, like constantly talking about it himself. So you're hearing it right from the top of the food chain. And it only keeps making it worse, and it makes people keep talking about it. So then,
it's just going to keep
censoring
spreading
Ben
like
isn't
a
going to just
wildfire.
Stop the story. It's only going to make it spread even more as more and more people talk about it now that Ben can't. And I cannot believe that they can't recognize that fact. It's fucking unfathomable.
It is unfathomable.
People run a company that handles this much money that Bricks and Minifigs does, millions upon millions of dollars, and can't understand the simplest concepts about the world and life. It's so weird to me. It's so weird.
People don't
But
care.
anyway,
They just don't give a
very
shit.
unfortunate new development here in this Lego scandal. Had to yap about it. That's really bad.
Had a yap. Yep, me too. Basically, like my dad says, you can't take it with you after you die. There's no point of fighting for it. You're already a manager. You're already, CEO or whatever. There's no point. You're already making millions. You're already stealing from all these children because you want to be like a big grown ass man taking Legos. It's not. It's like these Pokemon scalpers. They're like, oh yeah, I gotta make a living. I gotta like do this, this, and this. Bro, just pick a fucking real job. Why are we scalping from children? It's the same thing. You are actually like the worst human being on like Earth, and I really hope that you stub your toe and you get the date that you deserve. Okay, bye. Fuck scalpers. Fuck Bricks and Minifigs. Have a good day.